Good morning. Today I'm going to get my newsletter out, work on another campaign for the newsletter the first of the year, and also go try out a new gym today. So hopefully I can take y'all with me and we can see how the day goes. About to put together some Beyond Meat wraps, nothing but tortillas and a little bit of cheese, and I'll show you what I'm working with. Here we go. About to put together some Beyond Beef tortilla wraps. As you can see right there, it's just a meat alternative for beef. It's actually 100% vegetable protein, and I'll show you what's in it. There we go. You can see the macros on that. 110 calories, 5 grams of fat, 3 grams of carbs, 1 fiber, and 13 grams of protein. And you can see it's pretty much something you just have to heat up. It's already cooked, so I'm going to put it on the stove with some of that Szechuan oil that I have and go ahead and saute that up and warm that up. Then I'm going to put the tortillas in the toaster oven for a second, let them heat up, melt a little cheese on there. I'll show you what that is. If you've seen my videos previously from fajita videos, other wraps I do, these are the brand that I like to use. They're low carb. Get them from a store called Lucky's Market. I'm not sure if there'll be one where you're at, but you can see right there. And the reason why I like these is because there's pretty much nothing in them really. Pretty much are 70 calories, 4 grams of fat, 7 carbohydrates, but there's 3 grams of fiber, so you only have 4 active carbs, and then you also have 4 grams of protein, which is pretty good for a wrap. A lot of wraps I usually see are around 20 to 30 grams of carbs and usually have maybe 1 gram of protein, so these are pretty good for what I like to use them for. Now I'm over here at the scale, going to measure this out. I want to do 2 servings. I'm going to make actually 2 melts. And for that, looks like I'm gonna need looks like 55 grams. I'm gonna have to convert my scale over to grams from ounces. Adjust that out. Milliliters, ounces, and there we go. We got grams right there. There we go, grams. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure out 110 grams. Four, 107, and I go ahead. I'm cool with 112. And as you can see right there, pretty much looks like frozen ground beef. So I go ahead and throw that on my skillet with my oil and heat that up for, I think it takes about 3 to 4 minutes, not too long. As long as your stove or your pot or your pan's actually heated up pretty well. Back over here at the stove. Not sure if you've seen my other videos, but this is one of those oils that I picked up from Whole Foods the other day when I bought my Beyond Meat to try it out. So I'm going to go ahead and keep cooking with this. It tastes pretty good, pretty flavorful. So I'm going to actually drop some of that in the pan. And if you watch my videos, when it comes to oil and condiments, things of that nature, I typically don't measure them out, because it's tedious, and also I don't think it makes that much of a difference. I mean, of course there are calories, but I'm not worried about that right now. As you can see, my pan's pretty hot. Get enough on there to cover it. That should be enough. This stuff smells amazing. If you can smell that, you got a little smoke on my screen, but it's alright though. Let me go ahead and add the Beyond Meat, slide that off the plate. I'm doing this with one hand. Should really be using 2, but oh well. Actually, let me go ahead and do this the right way. Hold on. Now that I got it put in there properly, I didn't waste it out over the floor. I can actually do this with one hand. Mix that in with a spatula. As you can see, the oil pretty much soaked up into the Crumbles. Makes it very juicy and meaty. There you go. So it looks just like ground beef. So I'll go ahead and start warming up my tortillas in the toaster oven. Let this sit. As you can see, it's pretty warm right now. It's probably been on there for about 2 minutes, but like I said, the skillet was actually hot. As you can see, when I put the oil on there, it started to bubble up, so it didn't take long at all. I want to say, while I'm waiting on the toaster oven to finish with my tortillas, cooking with the Beyond Meat is actually more convenient than actually working with ground beef, because you have the blood to drain off, you have all the packaging, you have to season it, you have to thaw it out, you have to cook it, drain it, do all that. And with the Beyond Meat, it's already prepackaged. It has 6 servings in there. And if you're not afraid of trying new things, I would highly recommend it. And I'll show you in a second what it looks like. And you just heard the toaster oven go off. So let me go ahead and plate this for you, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. And this is what it looks like once I get it on the plate. So I just took a bite of it, and it tastes just like meat. I mean, I really couldn't tell the difference. If I went to a restaurant and they prepared this, I mean, I wouldn't know the difference between if it was Beyond Meat or real meat. So I'm going to definitely give this a A+, and I will be incorporating this into my groceries. So yeah, that's what it is. Go ahead and taste this for you so you know that I actually do eat this and I don't just cook it just because it's healthy. I have to say, I really like these, and coming from someone who doesn't eat a lot of red meat, just because I don't buy it, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't have any issues with it, but some of you may, and some of you may want to cut back on your red meat, and this would be a perfect way to do it. You're not going to pretty much miss out on anything. You're going to get the same amount of protein that you would get out of your ground beef. You're just not going to get the same amount of saturated fat. Plus, it's all plant-based, so it's going to be softer on your digestion, because I hear a lot of times that people have a hard time digesting meat. And then it's also kind of safer considering all the hormones and pesticides and things that we put in plants that the animals eat. Just the hormones in general, to get more bang out of your buck. And I definitely highly recommend it. So go ahead, try it for yourself, and like, comment, subscribe, and continue watching. And I'll keep bringing you more content that you can enjoy and also learn something from, and also just kind of expand what you're already doing.